Beep, buddy! Have I got a project for you? So, welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today we've got some more madness. So if you remember how I was shipping things up from down here, yeah, and how it was relatively hot, well, guess where a lot of that heat ended up? Right around here, didn't it, Star? So, what I'm trying to do at this point, since I am still trying to ship things up from below, is what I'm going to do is just quickly reroute my shipping line over here like this. That way I can still bring things up from down below, and hopefully they will cool off a little bit in sort of this, messy, cold biome that I'm beating up down here. However, you can see that that has brought in a fair amount of heat. This is just a nice, cool 64 degrees Celsius down here. I wasn't expecting to have to deal with heat just yet, but it seems as if heat has found me, so. While the spaghetti sorter is doing its thing over here, it's time to finally deal with our heat problem. So where should we set that up? Personally, I think right over here, next to these poke shells, is going to be a good spot for some steam turbines. It's fairly close to our volcanoes, which will eventually uncover, and they will give off lots of heat, and then boil off a lot of this salt water. Ooh, what is this down here? You know what? I just kind of want to know. Before I go and build this up here, let's just do the easy way. We'll just go ahead and set the priority to level exclamation mark and figure out what it is. A saltwater geyser. Oh, are you kidding me? We have a saltwater geyser right above volcanoes. Awesome. Well, that's gonna be fun. So yes, definitely having steam turbines in this area seems like a fantastic idea. And then rather than having this entire episode be full of just drudging through lots of heat, I'm gonna go around and fill my base with hammers, because why not? Somewhere down here, I don't know where I could set, maybe I could put something right there. Here's another good idea. You guys were talking about the intensely bright nature of this right down here. Yeah, I mean, it's just a small 252,000 lux. It's basically blinding. And if we were to actually go up into space, it's not that bright. Well, technically, that should be more than enough light for a beach chair. I don't really know if it has enough throw to get there, but it might just work. What do you think about that, Seven? Seems like a good idea? I mean, it is kind of full of chlorine right here, but when has that ever stopped us from anything? Okay, so all of that right now is ladders. We're gonna go ahead and replace that with diamond glass tiles. And at this point, I really don't know what's under there, but I think the bottle emptier is going to go. Maybe if I go to decor or something. Now can I see? Well, I have, oh yes, there we go. Now I have a way. I have X-ray vision. Oh, but you see, I've got this loader right there. All right, well, we can move the loader if we need to. All right, well, while that's happening, all right, so while that's happening there, let's go ahead and plan out how we're going to soak up a lot of this heat. Oh yeah, and fix this so that we can actually get some oxygen out of it. First off, I think we're gonna go in here and we're actually just going to deconstruct all of this. And then we'll replace it with steel so that way it'll handle the heat. And because this has a set output temperature that's relatively high, it shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to get in here, which means we can also insulate this and not have to worry about the heat because it's just going to be bottled up inside of our suits anyhow. It doesn't really matter. Like, who doesn't mind putting a suit on with that 75 degrees Celsius? I mean, it's not too hot, is it? So we'll go ahead and flip this over to insulated, just like so. And take care of that. So whenever we get a critter inside of here, this is where we'll do a hammer. Let's see here, where else can, this will be the dinner bell. You guys were also mentioning that I have a sport child seat over here. I like that it's just on top of everything else. Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of that, sort of. Here. Oh, and the other thing I'm doing over here is actually replacing these from their normal vents to the high pressure vents. Now that I finally have plastic, so I can go ahead and drop that sucker in there. But the other thing I'm going to have to do is go over here and clear all of this area out. That way I can start to plan in my other stuff here. So, good luck, dupes. Ah, yes, there we go. Nice high pressure gas vent there. Quickly sweep that up. And then try to cap it off here before it all blows away. The serpentine filter, or what I like to call the spaghetti filter, It's playing its little filtering music. Let's go back to the decor overlay so I can see what's going on here. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this conveyor loader. Yeah, I know we can't see it, but it's there. We know it's there. And then, if we take a conveyor loader and we try to, whoops. Then if I take that same conveyor loader and I shift it to the right, then it should work. So long as I move that to the right. So if I do that number right there, and this one just like that, and I can do the exact same thing, but still keep a floor up there, which is awesome. Now, we'll just go ahead and fill in the top there. I hope I locked that door closed. Ice Fox, seriously? Did you just make a mess, man? Dupes, how'd you end up here? Like, Alright, so there we go. That should work. Now, if I go back over to my decor overlay, I might actually be able to see what's in here. Yeah, we're just getting rid of the other stuff, except for the eggs. We're not shipping any eggs out. And if I click on any of these, if I can click on any of these shine bugs, how much is in here? Well, judging by the amount of eggs down there, I think we're okay. Now, what we're going to try to do is build some beach chairs right up here, just for that extra morale bonus. I mean, look at this solar panel. Do you think it has enough light on it? What do you think, Ada? Intensely bright. So this is interesting in that the stress is minus 5% per cycle. However, it gives you the red exclamation mark. So prolonged exposure to these shine bugs will actually result in burning. All right, so I've managed to clear out the damaged equipment down here. So that's good. I'll go ahead and clean it up. And then we'll go inside of here and replace this with some steel. That'll be steel, just like that. And then for the oxygen, the electrolyzer, that too will be steel. Not crazy about making the tank out of steel, but hey, we're gonna do it. Stainless steel, please. Thank you very much, dupes. All right, so my dupes have prioritized building the beach chairs down here as compared to over everything else. I'm glad they have their priorities right. I'm trying to build in a little bit more accessibility here. Okay, fine. You're gonna have to go away, plant. Sorry. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, it does work! Ada put her little sunglasses on. However, Lurda is beyond the range of light, so... Ha! Nice. However, this takes so much time. They're not even gonna get any sleep, are they? Oh, hang on. I did set them up on some different schedules. I have... And somebody's suffocating. Super meat! Dude! Oh, what? Are you telling me you could have gone up there to breathe this whole time? And now you made a mess? Ah, jeez. Alright, so I've run into a bit of a problem here. And this has to do with loading up the game. At some point, I must have reloaded the game and forgot to reset these doors down here, because I noticed the first thing that happened is all of my food over here disappeared. And when I went looking for it, I found it right down here. Patrick, what have you done? No, but the thing is with the doors and their priorities the way they are, if every time I load it for some odd reason, they forget that and the dupes can run through the doors. And the first thing the super dupes do in a millisecond is grab all the food and run it back over to the left. I usually have caught it up till now, but if anybody knows what's causing that and has a fix for it, I would love to know the answer to that question. Because constantly trying to make sure I remember that every time I load the game it's pretty rough. Here's the other thing. This auto sweeper is now completely queued up with this conveyor loader. So I think what I'm going to do here, I don't know, I think I need to find a way to, I need to do something so that this doesn't just keep delivering to it all the time. Because if food ends up down here and this arm doesn't sort it, then it doesn't end up back in my food chamber. So I end up with food that's going bad. So I'm gonna put a door here and then I'll try to cycle this door open for a certain amount of time and just see how that does. It's kind of a band-aid, but you know what, I think it should work. So if I look at this, yes, it can't load it. And then I could put a timer sensor on top of this and then just open it up every now and then to refill our shipper. Ah, everybody's starving. Oh, but Bacon Lord's got a good plan. Yes. Oh, what do we got going on? Yes, good, the oxygen's running again. Why did that break? Oh, probably because it pumped the wrong stuff. Just kind of like what we're doing here. Oops, oh well. All right, so looking at my farms, since I'm growing up waterweed right here, I really can't use a sweepie in this area because it needs to have a certain water environment, and that sweepie will just suck up water. So it doesn't work like it does down here, where I could just go and pick up all the mealwood and meal lice, all that stuff down there. So we're going to have to use a couple of auto sweepers here just to do the job. And now that I put dupes down here without the suits, well, now I don't have as much oxygen down here. Oh geez, there's all my dupes just hanging out on the beach chair, being extremely productive. Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm just harvesting up some of my critters. I think what happened here is I ended up with just so many shine bugs over here that just saturated my tasks. And then I ended up somehow, I guess, with too much up here. Maybe there's something wrong with my automation. I don't, but I think it has more to do with tasks. I don't really know. But should have a lot of food in here, especially once we cook it up. Crimey, look at all these eggs. It's not that I don't have food, that just was never being delivered to the right spot. All right, how do they end up there? What's going on? Oh, hang on, I might have done something with this where I reshipped those eggs around, and that might be what's causing the issue. Yeah, because any of these are true, which means you can keep bringing in more eggs. Ah, that's what it was. So I'm just gonna go in here and deconstruct all of that automation because it, doesn't make any sense. Jeez, look at all these eggs. Oh wait, no, it's because this thing keeps delivering back to itself. Well, I guess we don't have fish in there, so. No! Okay, well, I guess I gotta move that. I just want this to be nice and clean, but I don't have enough dupe power to make all of this happen. Alright, so while we've done pretty much everything except for focus on the heat down here, we have at least cleared all of this out, so that's nice. And I was able to get this high pressure gas vent up and running, that's nice. Alright, so I think we're doing okay. I think there's one thing I want to do here, and that is to bring in a few more of my gas filters over here, because I'm still not filtering all the types of gas I need. And then, obviously, I want to bring in some stuff for cooling. So we'll just quickly build up a second row of ladders here, and then I can copy all of this, paste it over there to the right. That way I can get, 6 types of gas filtered? Alright, so it seems as if this here is going to end up right here. I was kind of hoping to use this for heat management, but I have other needs at the moment. So there you go, have good luck, dupes. I might be able to squeeze in heat management here, although I could probably dig down and deal with it right here. But it's getting kind of hard to work down here because there's not quite as much oxygen. I've been able to bring it down a little bit more, so it's not quite as bad. This used to be all carbon dioxide, but not quite. That, and at some point I lost all of my carbon dioxide down here. Not sure when that happened. In order to keep track of my skills, I've had to put the dupes that are on the left, I gave them a little underscore before their name. That way I can actually filter between who's who. But, looks like our morale's doing a whole lot better now. That's good. I started to get a little worried there when I had that issue with food. It's stopped me from bringing in more duplicants at the moment, so hopefully. No, Patrick, how are you able to go through? No. Oh, you're not. You just came over to steal something. Oh, you guys are taking the fish. That's what you're doing. Ooh, look at that cold stare from Ned. He just stole food from the other side. All right. Time for another dupe. Cry, welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. I could use a dedicated rancher. Always good to have. I've got lots of ranching and farming to be done, so there we have it. And we still have some problems with heat, so we're gonna have to deal with that eventually here, hopefully soon. I thought I was going to get to it today, but nope, that didn't happen. I was, however, able to put in at least another hammer. Oh, we need more hammers up here for when the dupes run by. Ah, the all-important hammer. That's the noise it makes every single time somebody runs through there. Okay. Oh, hey, you know what? That reminds me. We should really have a ceiling light in this area to make the dupes eat a little bit faster. You know, so they can actually see what they're throwing in their mouth. And you know what? Because they've earned it, we're gonna give them a canvas. How nice. So many different noises. This is going to be a very musical base by the time I'm done. Alright, so while heat still remains to be a problem, I did fix a fair amount of problems that I had. So I'm not really sure exactly what I got done, but I definitely did make some progress, I think. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. As always, stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.